When Calls the Heart Season 13, we'll see Rosemary and Lee experience small change. Hallmark's long-running series, When Calls the Heart, is now in pre-production for Season 13. Hearties are begging for information on the upcoming storylines. They will certainly want to know what happens with everyone's favorite couple, Rosemary and Lee Coulter. Already it has been revealed that the Coulters will experience a small change. Here's the teaser for Hope Valley's most dynamic couple in the upcoming season. When Calls the Heart Season 13 is now in pre-production. The best news of all is that they officially start production on July 1. That is less than a month away. Therefore, Hearties will want to know as much as possible about the upcoming season. One of the show's most popular stars are Pascale Hutton and Kevin Smith, who portray Rosemary and Leland Coulter. What should fans expect with their story next season? New showrunner Joy Gregory revealed to the official Hearties after show that something will happen to Rosemary and Lee's family. In this teaser reveal, Joy shares just enough to intrigue Hearties. However, there is not enough to indicate what that small change could be. Do they get a nanny? Or perhaps their sweet daughter gets a dog? Or could Rosemary suddenly become the breadwinner in the family? In Season 12, while Lee and Lucas were fighting things out, Rosemary started her radio program and changed the lives of the Hope Valley residents forever. Also, Rosemary helped Bill Avery with the whole Double Eagle gold coin and train robbery story that consumed most of Season 12. Could she be helping him with another case in Season 13? The possibilities are endless. But surely the Hallmark writers will do what they can to entertain Hearties. Now that When Calls the Heart Season 13 is in pre-production and soon to be in production, when should Hearties expect the premiere? The new season is scheduled to premiere sometime in 2026. However, that is all the information that Hallmark has shared. Over the past few years, this long-running series has premiered in July, January, and in early spring. It is unlikely that this series will premiere at the same time as The Way Home as it did this year. Usually at the end of the year, during Countdown to Christmas, the network will share a small peek with a hint of how long Hearties will have to wait for the premiere. Most likely, fans will see Pascale Hutton and Kevin Smith premiere a second Nellie Knows Mysteries. They recently filmed that sequel, and it will hopefully air before the end of 2025. In the peaceful, resilient town of Hope Valley, small changes often carry the biggest meaning. And this time, it's Rosemary and Lee Coulter who find themselves swept up in a subtle shift that promises to shape their future in ways they never expected. As the new season of When Calls the Heart unfolds, longtime fans have been savoring every heartwarming moment of Rosemary and Lee's journey as parents. After years of longing, dreaming, and praying, their family grew with the arrival of their daughter, Goldie. The couple's elation has been infectious. Rosemary's natural enthusiasm for motherhood and Lee's gentle, doting nature have made their parenting journey one of the season's most delightful developments. But just as they begin to find a steady rhythm, the winds of change start to blow. A shift in focus. This small change begins not with a major event, but a moment, a quiet realization in the Coulter household. With Goldie now a toddler, walking, talking, and creating a whirlwind of energy, Rosemary begins to feel an inner tug. For so long, her entire world has been centered on becoming a mother. Now that she is one, she begins to wrestle with a new question. What now? Meanwhile, Lee, ever supportive and perceptive, starts to notice the subtle signs. Rosemary's editorial work at the Valley Voice has taken a back seat, her once blazing ambition carefully packed away in favor of bedtime stories and high chairs. But Lee senses that Rosemary's vibrant spirit, while fulfilled by motherhood, also longs to return to the passionate storytelling and bold community involvement that once defined her. Encouraging her gently, Lee suggests that maybe it's time for a small change, not to take anything away from her role as a mother, but to add back the spark that made Rosemary uniquely herself. "You can be a mother in the heart of the town's voice," he says one evening as they sit together after putting Goldie to sleep. "Hope Valley still needs your light." A return to the newsroom. And so, with cautious optimism, Rosemary returns to the Valley Voice, at first just to help with editing and contribute a column or two. But almost immediately, she feels her old spark reignite. Her fingers fly across the typewriter. Her laughter returns to its signature volume. Stories pour out of her not only about town politics or school board decisions, but about the heart and soul of Hope Valley. Titled The Golden Hour, reflects on the magic of motherhood, marriage, and making meaning out of life's ordinary moments. It's a hit, not just with mothers, but with the entire town. People begin stopping her in the street, thanking her for putting their feelings into words. Still, the transition is not without growing pains. Balancing acts and gentle lessons. As Rosemary rediscovers herself, she faces new challenges in balancing her work and home life. There are missed nap times, a spilled ink pot on one of Goldie's dresses, and even a forgotten lunch date with Lee. For a moment, Rosemary worries she's becoming too distracted. Guilt creeps in, the way it does for so many mothers trying to juggle everything. But Lee, steadfast and wise, steps in once again. He reminds Rosemary that Goldie isn't losing her mother. She's gaining a role model. She'll grow up knowing her mother loved her and her purpose. That's a gift, Rosemary. Touched, Rosemary embraces this small change fully. And in a beautiful twist of fate, Goldie becomes a regular fixture in the newsroom. With her toy typewriter and snack bag in tow, she shadows her mother with curious eyes, mimicking her keystrokes and giggles. Hope Valley's favorite power couple are now not only partners in parenting, but in publishing as well. The town responds. Hope Valley itself begins to transform through this change. Rosemary's stories bring back a sense of unity and reflection. She writes profiles on unsung heroes like Florence, who quietly keeps the post office running. She covers the students' poetry contest. She even pens a moving tribute to Elizabeth's work with the schoolchildren. Each story touches someone, sparks conversation, or heals an old wound. And Lee. Well, he finds his own small shift, too. Inspired by Rosemary's return to her passions, he begins writing a regular advice column for the paper, aimed at the working men of Hope Valley. Called Lee's Ledger, it becomes an unexpected hit, full of heartfelt advice on everything from carpentry to fatherhood. Their shared project strengthens their bond in surprising ways. They laugh more. They dream bigger. They support each other even more deeply. It's not just about their family. It's about the lives they're shaping through their words. A promise for the future. As the season moves forward, Rosemary and Lee's journey becomes a poignant reminder of what makes Hope Valley so special. It's not grand gestures or dramatic upheavals that define a life. It's the small changes that carry the deepest resonance. Whether it's finding time for your passion again, embracing a new role with grace, or learning to let go of guilt and lean into purpose, the Coulter's experience reflects a universal truth. Identity is not fixed. It evolves. And in embracing that evolution, we often discover the best parts of ourselves. As Rosemary types her latest editorial, with Goldie curled up beside her and Lee reviewing his own draft in the background, she smiles. Life isn't perfect, but it's full. And that, she realizes, is exactly how it's meant to be. In When Calls the Heart, small changes often echo through the heart of Hope Valley. And for Rosemary and Lee, this tiny shift, from full-time parents to purposeful partners in life and work, may just be their most beautiful chapter yet.